Now, in a shocking scandal emerging from a Bengaluru jail, an ISIS terrorist, Zuhab Hameed Shakeel, jailed in the state central prison, was seen using a phone reportedly for raising funds for the terrorist group. Earlier, in a video shared on social media, serial rapist Umesh Reddy, convicted for raping and killing at least 18 women, was seen having a conversation on his phone. He was reportedly using two Android phones and one keypad mobile inside the jail. Allegations of major security lapses and preferential treatment at Bengaluru's Parappana Agrahara Central Jail have surfaced after videos showed notorious inmates using mobile phones and watching television. Following the circulation of the videos, prison officials say that an internal inquiry has been initiated to verify their authenticity and identify those responsible for facilitating such access. I am being joined by Mr. Sanjay Sahai, who is a former IPS officer. Sir, my first question to you is, we repeatedly keep seeing VIP treatments being offered to convicts inside jails, and this is it's shocking that an ISIS recruiter and serial rapist are seen using phones inside a jail. How can such a thing even be possible?
Agrahara jail and earlier central jail in Bangalore. I think it is as notorious as the mafias and criminals and whatever it may be. It is certainly shocking, and I think because of these repeated shocks from the time of Telugu days to Sashikala to Darshan and now these videos which are appearing, I think this shock has been normalized and the population at large are made to believe that the prisons work in this manner itself. So that is the harsh reality of life. It cannot be accepted, it should not be accepted. Suffice to say, I will not treat it as any lapse or ignorance or giving some favors or facilities. I can openly tell you that this can be termed as the jail mafia. It cannot be termed anything else, and this inquiry and after inquiry, committee after committing and all that lip service that we will not tolerate anything, it is being tolerated or not only tolerated, might be there other stakeholders also for God knows how many numbers of years for decade together. I am also not sure of the fact that lower down the ladder, the prison officials, whether they are even aware of the fact as to who these fellows are. The prison officials are not a part of the police, so to say. So we are not sure whether they even know that who is this Zuhab, who is Tarun Raju, and who is this Umesh Reddy, and what is the nature of support they are providing to them. But the people who are at the upper rung, they know that these facilities are primarily negating the whole exercise of the criminal justice system. So we'll start 4 points are there, mainly which summarize everything. One, it is a jail mafia, which is working unashamedly for years after years and years. This mafia is certainly supported by an ecosystem. Only for that reason it is there. Otherwise it wouldn't have been there. Thirdly, the whole criminal justice system ends with the jail, and the jail happens to be the weakest link. So if this is the nature of punishment, we are meting out to terrorists, we are meting out to Tarun Raju, and we are meting out to Umesh Reddy. So it gives a very clear-cut indication that the whole thing is literally broken down, because if the punishment does not happen. Thirdly, it is breeding the next generation of crime. So these people are perpetrators of crime. They are a part of the conspiracy. They are a part of whichever way. They're basically giving all the support that is required. So this is where we are. Now Billy has been talking about it's getting smuggled through your provisions route and all that, vegetables and what all come. Where are the jammers? There are two things which I'd like to bring you to notice as also being a technologist, besides being an ex-police officer. The jammers and the CCTVs combined have the capability to literally block anything and everything. And if it is not able to do, you have to improve the quality of the jammer. So two things. One is that the telecommunication side, all signals can be blocked, have to be blocked. They are mandated to be blocked. On the CCTV side, every single inch of the central jail can be covered, and there can be clear-cut video analytics which can be real-time and dynamic, which can be communicated as emergency SOS to the jail administration. This is where it stands. And until unless this is set right once and for all, and there's a standard SOP which is known to all, otherwise you make open all the CCTVs in jails. Let there be a civil society committee which will finally monitor it. Because we cannot keep hearing. We saw this in Tihar jail also. And only some time back, these are hardened criminals. Those are the people. I think they are political prisoners because of which the Tihar jail had to be transferred. Now you look into the whole effort which goes. Now this Zunab, I think he was arrested in Saudi Arabia in 2020. He was deported in 2020. Now you are seeing Mehul Choksi, you are seeing Vijay Mallya. What is the effort which goes behind bringing any of these criminals from a foreign country to India and finally giving them phones and allowing them to spread their extremist and their terror all around the place? Umesh Reddy, how much time from which year to which year it has taken, sir? 15, 20 years to bring him to book. And he's I think he's convicted in some 9 cases, 11 cases still. It could not reach the stage of conviction. He was awarded capital punishment. That has been commuted to 30 years life imprisonment. Suffice to say, I think he is by far the worst criminal against women. I think in last 30, 40, 50 years of Karnataka's history. Tarun Raju. Tarun Raju, as an accomplice of Rania Rao and these 2 other jains, they have brought in some, God knows how many kgs. I'll just tell you, I'm just going through this whole thing. So they have brought in 24 kgs of gold in this country, or they have smuggled or whatever. And DRI and the regular case was not enough. So COFE POSA was imposed on them. There is some 102 crores penalty on Rania Rao, some 63 crores on Tarun Raju, 53 crores each on Sahil Jain and Bharat Jain for smuggling 63 kgs of each. 63 and 71 and rest is attributed to Rania Rao. Now this whole effort gets to a knot. So while you are undergoing punishment supposedly or confinement, actually one that you are enjoying, that is only one part of the story. The second and most critical part of the story is that you are giving them a chance and opportunity to continue with their illegal activities, putting the country's security to danger, making a shame of the criminal justice system. Leave aside jail administration. The whole criminal justice system is in shreds.
All right, sir. Thank you for sharing those insights with us. Let me quickly go back to my colleague Belly Thomas also. Belly, who do you think should be accountable for this security lapse that has taken place inside this jail?
Meda, like retired IPS officer Sanjay Sahai said, it is obviously the jail authorities who will have to be accountable for this kind of preferential treatment giving to hardened criminals. Like when you talk about these jammers installed around the periphery of the prison, I just now got an update from a resident living nearby this jail premises. He is around, he is living around 400 meters far from the compound wall of this prison, and he is running around petitioning the prisons department and correctional services along with the commissioner of police and the head of the state of the police, stating that around thousands of people residing around this area are unable to use their mobile phones or Wi-Fi connectivities, like work from home or even to get OTPs. They are struggling. So this works well for the jammers, work well for the residents outside, but it is not doing any harm to people who are inside using these 5G spectrum SIM cards or 4G spectrum SIM cards. These jammers that are installed, earlier it was 3, and now we got to know that around 16 jammers, which are called TV HCS, that is the tower the TCBHS system. I'm not unable to get the expansion of it. So this has been installed around the periphery, which is affecting the residents as such, and they are running around for with petitions stating that there was even a protest.
All right, Belly, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we're running a little short on time. I would really like to thank you for sharing those details with us, and I would also like to thank Mr. Sanjay Sahai for sharing his insights with us. With that, I slip into a short break. Thank you for watching.